No, I can't say that's in my my area of expertise. You're seeing, I think, quite generally a reasonable approach around the world from that have been calls to clamp down completely on air travel, and I think the response is generally responsible. We've recognised that that would be counterproductive, and I think most countries are taking quite a rational approach to try and control the focal introductions of the virus into their countries, to try and stop it spreading to building into a large epidemic. At the moment, we have the benefit of the time of the year, at least in the northern hemisphere, where it's not the time of year we would expect seasonal flu to normally to spread well, and we can hope that with careful control of the introductions, that in the northern hemisphere we'll be able to probably stop the spread of the virus to a large extent.
Dr. Skinner, how long before we actually get there, do you think? Your prediction is that we can contain it, if not confront it?
Predictions, I don't think one can be into that kind of a game. We don't know enough about it, and a lot of what's going to happen is stochastic. It's down to chance.
Well, it's worldwide already. I mean, it's already spreading everywhere. I mean, if it's...
I think we have a good chance to limit it. It's not rushing out of control in some of the European countries into which it's been introduced. But it can go wrong, and we have to be on top of it. This is why people do need to know what's happening. I think a lot of the reporting has been pretty responsible. People need to know that there is this threat. If they have been to areas where they might have been exposed to the virus, then they need to know that if they come up with appropriate symptoms, they need to alert the authorities. It's all very important.
Well, I mean, if this isn't a big...
Tell me about the ramifications, political ones, and specifically the impacts that this crisis will have on global trade on the back of a huge slump in world economy.
Okay, our governments are not stupid. The Mexican government knows, quote, shutting down all its resorts, telling Americans and Europeans to leave, shutting down their government. You know, their actions say that they think this is really bad, but then they say everything's fine, everything's wonderful. We're just shutting our whole country down. You know, they normally have 20,000+ or more die of flu.
I want to stop there for a second for you guys to check the sound and audio quality there. Dr. Skinner, if I could move on with another dimension.
Okay, but I mean, this will destroy our economy. The government is destroying our economy. Can you hear me? Because you asked a question and now you're choppy.
Mr. Jones.
Yes.
Okay, you are not on the air right now because there is another maybe phone line, or we can hear other sounds. Maybe for another show, whatever.
Yeah, well, that's not us. Yeah, I mean, there's also feedback from your line.
Okay. Oh, maybe you have got a TV out there, yeah?
No, we're not sending any audio out or down. You guys have got a feedback loop. You're feeding me too much of your audio. So yes.
Okay, just I want to fix it.
This is real radio, folks. Doesn't get any more real than this. Man, we're about to go back live on our main transmission here, ladies and gentlemen, at InfoWars. .com and on the M&FM stations. Here we go.
Okay, if you have got the TV out there and if you somehow the sound is really off.
No, ma'am. We have nothing being fed. You have a phone line to your studios in England, correct? And we are not sending anything down. Your guys are sending too much audio into your board to myself. Yes, you're hearing your feedback.
I turn it down. All right.
Okay, I'm ready to roll, or is the interview done?
Yeah, great.
Will be for all of us. We don't yet know. What happens? We can expect decide. People die from normal seasonal flu, and more people will be affected by.
In 2006, had another epidemic. It was, I guess, birds with avian type. And I'd like to ask you how do you assess the response of those internet in fighting?
All right. Again, I'm hooked up with Iranian television internationally. We got the British scientist on there. And just to let the Iranian TV know, I am getting the British audio from that studio. I am not getting your presenter.
Mr. Jones, I'm awfully sorry. We are about to finish the show.
No, I know. I understand.
So the lines were so bad, we somehow cut it off, but you were so great. Thank you very much. I wish to have you again our shows, but through SNG will be very great.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, next time I'll come down and do it on a satellite feed. Okay, thank you. Take care. Talk to you soon. All right, let them go. Oh, man. Yeah, what was happening was they were either feeding something down the line there. You could hear that echo, that was a feedback sound for the whole time. And then the line was going down. I wonder why. But that goes into Africa, all over the Middle East, all over Central Asia. That is a big channel. I've been on there probably 12, 13 times. 14 times. No, it's quite a few. They wanted me down there in studio with them today, but I just couldn't do it. I didn't want to leave the radio audience. We are simulcasting now at prisonplanet.tv. And I believe that's the Iranians calling back. Anyways, interesting radio there, ladies and gentlemen. There's that British scientist saying, oh, no, it's, no big deal. This virus probably developed in the last 10 years. Yes, and they track the thousands of different viruses. That's what they do, and nothing ever looked anything like this. This is the kind of stuff they admit, though, they've been testing in labs and creating, splicing all these things together. And they fear-mongered with the swine flu in 76. That came out of a military base. They fear-mongered with the 1918 that did kill over 40 million people that came out of a military base in the U.S. It always does, inside job. And meanwhile, Mexico's shutting down all their trade, many of their cities, their whole government shutting down. And they say, oh, but it's no big deal. 7 people died. They're doing this for 7 people. They say, oh, hundreds haven't died, like the U.S. media is saying. Only a few have. And then Joe Biden, everybody say, oh, it's no big deal. 1 kid died from Mexico in the U.S. No big deal, but don't fly on planes. Don't get on trains. Don't get on subways. So it's these mixed signals. They fearmonger and then say everything's okay. Everything's all right. And then I just read to you the bombshell documents. And maybe none of my audio was even getting good to him because he kept interrupting me when I would just start talking for a few seconds. We'll see, though, on the Press TV video later. Somebody needs to grab that and throw it up on YouTube. But what a 3-ring circus. We'll get that going again. Okay, I've got a bunch of guests coming up. And I do have some time in this hour before Lindsey Williams joins us, and we're talking about flu, the economy. What is this going to do to the economy? He was asking me, what is this going to do to the economy? The Iranian presenter was saying, what is this going to do to the economy? Well, I mean, the peso's fallen massively in the last couple of days in Mexico. The Chinese and other governments are openly dumping dollars and buying real assets and then buying commodities like gold, silver, copper, and other raw material. If they say don't get on planes and don't get on trains and freeze all of your basic commuting, we're in a confined space, and they're shutting down schools all over the United States and all the schools in Mexico. What is that going to do to tourism? What is that going to do? Everything they're doing is to destroy the economy, as I've been saying for years. And that's to consolidate it. They want to butcher this sucker out, so then you're dependent on them. They are using this as a crisis. Now, it's bad enough what it's doing to the economy. It's bad enough what it's doing to our name around the world. It's bad enough the vaccines people are going to take that are going to mess them up big time. They'll just sweep that under the rug like the swine flu deaths in 76. But if this sucker's real, if what we're confirming with doctors and others, by confirming, we're getting this from sources in Mexico, the U.S., everywhere. I have internal documents now up on prisonplanet.com and the story Paul Watson wrote. Texas doctor claims swine flu cases far worse than reported. Country now at level 6. And we'll recap this when we get back and take some phone calls, 1-800-259-9231 for your reports on your area, specifically Mexico or Texas or California, places hardest hit by this. Military checkpoints, things like that. Only one eyewitness reports, 1-800-259-9231. If you're stoned and all, high, call them, hey, man, I don't want that. This is serious business. This is big boy pants time. We'll be right back. Put big boy pants on. Stop smoking the pot.
We're on the march. The empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
Hi, this is Alex Jones. Did you know that the